Hello everyone, I am Ritesh Chauhan working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So we are continuing with the third unit, that is passing theory. So the topic that are covered in this video is recursive descent parser, which is the one of the method of top-down passing. So as we already done with the backtracking with the LL1 passing, now we are proceeding with the recursive descent parser. So what is recursive descent parser? It's a top-down passing that execute a set of recursive procedure to process the input without backtracking is called recursive descent parser. So there is a procedure for each non-terminal in the grammar. Okay. Suppose if we have a grammar, then each non-terminal has their own procedure. And also we have to consider the right hand side of any production rule as a definition of the procedure. As it reads expected input symbol, it advances input pointer to the next position. Okay, so if we have our input string and if it will be matched, okay, to the recursive procedure, then we have to advance pointer to the next symbol. So let's understand the example of this recursive descent parser. As we know, each non-terminal has their own procedure in recursive descent parser, and the right hand side of any production rule we have to consider as a definition of that procedure. Suppose the grammar is E tends to ID, so E is a procedure. We have to create the procedure E and ID as its definition. Let's understand with the help of example. Suppose our grammar is E. We are starting the grammar with capital E. As in top-down passing, the starting symbol is this one. Okay, in top-down passing, we always pass the tree with the help of starting non-terminal. So this is our starting non-terminal symbol. So first we have to create, as we know in recursive descent parser, we have to create the procedure for each non-terminal. So first we create the procedure for E. Okay. Then on the right hand side is in the definition of this procedure. Suppose there is a non-terminal capital T, then we don't have to call write procedure T. We have to call procedure T, and we have to write in different section procedure T. What we have. Let's see how. Suppose E tends to our right hand side, first symbol is terminal symbol. Num includes 0 to 9 all the numbers. Okay, that's why here num is written. Okay, so if we have any terminal symbol, then we have to write if look ahead equal to that terminal symbol name. Okay, suppose I have alphabets as a terminal symbol ALP, so we have to write if look ahead equal to ALP, alpha for alphabets alpha. Okay, then what is our next production? Okay, if we have any terminal on the right hand side, then we have to write if look ahead equal to num, then we have to call match procedure with the argument num. Okay, so for match procedure, what we matched with the input symbol. When I take an example of input string, then you can clearly understand. Okay, so we have to match the token if look ahead equal to t. If token is matched, if our input symbol is matched with the token, then we have to shift to the next input symbol. Okay, so this is a procedure for match. So let's see what is our next is T. Suppose E tends to num T. For E we have create procedure E. Then we have terminal symbol. That's why we write if look ahead equal to num. If there is another terminal symbol, then we have to write in this if condition if look ahead equal to whichever here a terminal symbol is there, we have to write here. Okay, but here it is a non-terminal. If non-terminal is on the right hand side, then simply we have to call it. Okay, if it is on the right hand side, then obviously if there is a grammar, if there is a rule for production this non-terminal t, then we have to create one procedure t, but we have to write in differently, we have to write in different portion. Okay, so next, see what is our next production. Okay, else error. If lookahead equal to num, if not, then we have to print error. Then error procedure will be called. In that we have to simply print error message. So next one is t tends to. Okay, so on the left hand side there is a t, so we have to create one procedure t. Okay, what is the next? Is it a terminal symbol or yes, it is a terminal symbol. It is star. So as I say here, we simply write if lookahead equal to star. Okay, according to the grammar we have to go step by step. Okay, one non-terminal or terminal, we have to create a procedure or lookahead. Okay, so similarly we have to write if lookahead equal to star, then match star, we have to call match procedure. Okay, if it will be matched with the input symbol, then it's okay, otherwise we check for the next symbol. What is the next symbol of t? That is num. This is also terminal, this is also terminal. So in this if, we have to match the num also. Okay, so first we write if lookahead equal to num, then we have to match num. Then in right hand side there is a terminal, non-terminal symbol t, so we simply call t. Okay, we already have the procedure t, so we simply call t. If on the right hand side there is any non-terminal, we simply call it. Okay, and the left hand side we have a rule, recursive rule. Okay, okay, if lookahead equal to, if it is not a star, then we print error. Now there is a null, so we simply put we simply check if the lookahead symbol is star, then we have to follow this, otherwise null. Okay, for null there is no statement. For null we have to simply write null. Okay, I hope you understand, but let pass the string with the help of this example. Suppose our string is 3 into 4 and this dollar we keep for end marker of the input string. Okay, there is end of input string. So according to top-down parsing, we always start with the starting symbol. What is our starting symbol here? Capital E. So we start with E. We have a pointer. Okay, lookahead pointer. So when we go to E, it will check if lookahead equal to number. Yes, it is a number. Then it will match with the number token. And lookahead pointer go ahead to the star. Where we are here, and then this procedure will be called. So what is our next? We call T. Okay, so what is our procedure T? If lookahead equal to star, then we have to call match procedure according to the grammar. Okay, if lookahead equal to star will be matched, so we look ahead the pointer. Now if lookahead equal to num, yes, condition true. Here 4 is a number. Then we have to call procedure match. Now we call T. Okay, so when we call T, we have two alternatives. It may be start with star or it may be null. So if there is a dollar, we have to put null, obviously. Okay, now how we know, how the parser know that this is the end of the input string and it is successfully passed? So we have to write something for this dollar. So in production E, because it at last we end with T, so in procedure E we have some procedure for dollar. So here we write the procedure for dollar. What is the procedure for dollar? If lookahead equal to dollar, then declare success. Okay, else error. So as look ahead equal to dollar, we declare success. Okay, let's take another example where we get the error message. So let's take one input string which is not error free. It contains an error. How it contains error? This 3 4 is separated. This 3 it is not 34. 3 4 then star. For example, 3 is stored in variable A, B is stored in variable B. So A B star, it does not have any meaning. If A star with B will be there, it have some meaning. Okay, so it prints an error. Let's see how. So our first input symbol is this 3 and our first starting state is capital E. So we proceed with the procedure E. Then we check if look ahead equal to num yes, condition true. Then we go to the match procedure. It will check the token and look ahead the pointer. Okay, now we are here. Now we call procedure T. In T, if it is a star, no, then it will go to check for the null. It is a null, no. If it is not a null, then we are here. Huh? We complete this. Next we go here because it is in the procedure E. So it will be checked that if look ahead equal to dollar, no. So that's why we have to print error. Okay, only number 3 will be there, 3 and here dollar, then it will be accepted. Okay, but 3 4 star is not going to accept it as this expression is totally wrong. Every two operand have one operator but in between. Okay, so when we draw the syntax tree for this, it is also going to false. Okay, so we see two examples where one string will be successfully passed and another have an error. So this is an exercise that you have to do by your own. Okay, we here completed the top-down passing. Okay, we see backtracking. The another method is LL1 passing, and the last one is this recursive descent parser. In recursive descent parser, it may be possible in GTU exam to have asked that explain recursive descent parser with the help of example. So you have to take one small example, then you have to write the whole procedure and also pass the string with the help of input. Okay, hope you all understand this method. If you have any query, please contact me. Okay, thank you.